Welcome to an episode of Barfin Saturdays, and this week I decided to take a look at The Flight Before Christmas, a film that sort of pushes the limits of what you can get away with in a family film, though maybe I'm just being a bit overly sensitive. But yeah, I understand why people would get upset about this being a family film, or claiming to be, considering, Nico here on the cover, the smile of an axe murderer just waiting to kill you for bad-mouthing this movie, is the result of a one-night stand between his mom and Prancer. Yeah. Apparently Santa's flying forces are not very good role models in this film. And yes, they do have a song about how they're in Santa's flying forces. And I'm evil enough to make you listen to it. Not as many times as I had to hear it, but here you go.
You have any idea who we are?
Of course he does. Everybody knows the flying forces.
We're reindeer, we're not horses. We're Santa's flying forces. Ho ho!
And they even have a variant for this song they come up with for Julius the Flying Squirrel for saving their sorry bacon at one point. The only good thing about that variant is it mentions hamsters, and you gotta love Sassy back there. She isn't out running on her wheel right now. I know she was up a little bit ago, so she's probably scurrying around somewhere, grabbing a snack or hiding more food, because she definitely loves to do that.
He's a
Squirrel, not a hamster. A hero, not a prankster. Ho ho!
But, yeah, the Santa's Flying Forces basically spend all their time either working out, carrying around pretend Santa's sleigh with a fake Santa in it, or getting completely plastered in a bar, or playing, reindeer games like Monopoly. So, yeah, not very good role models. And Prancer's like, as soon as Nico mentions, going back to spend time with the herd and meet his mom again and meet his grandpa and stuff like that, he's like, I'm kind of busy for that stuff. Like, I might spend some time with you because you can fly with me, we can be some drinking buddies, and I teach you how to hit the sauce and how to properly belch. But I got no time for your mom. Like, it is one and done, son. Like, I'm just gone when it comes to those female deer. Because that's how we flying forces are. We gotta show off to the ladies, sleep with them, and then leave them. And pretty much all of Santa's flying forces admit that that's actually the case. They love to pick up the chicks with Santa's sleigh, and then never think about the consequences of their actions. So yeah, they're pretty terrible role models. And I probably have repeated that point a couple times at this point, but it needs to be iterated that Nico's dad is just a terrible dad. There's a reason why Julius is effectively his dad in this film. Like, adoptive dad he may be, but, his dad nonetheless. But yeah, it's stuff like that. It probably definitely would upset parents. I mean, you also have the wolves, which are said to be some might be scary, but honestly, I'm not that impressed by their plans, because it just makes me think of Little Red Riding Hood somewhat, because they're like, yep, we're gonna eat Santa's reindeer and gain the power to fly, boys. I'm like, I'm not sure that's how that works, but okay. You'll gain the power to fly and be Santa's flying wolves now, huh? They're like, no. We're also gonna eat Santa. And people are like, and this dog wanders in, meets these wolves, is like, you're gonna eat Santa? They're like, yeah, we're gonna eat Santa. And then I, the big bad wolf, will become Santa so I can go around eating kids on Christmas. Like, okay. I don't know if you could really pull that off. I mean, Santa's got Christmas magic. I mean, you'd be surprised what he could probably pull out toy-wise. He'd be like, I just summoned a battle cannon. Like that's not a toy. Like, it's a toy cannon that shoots live ammo. For those people that love to practice at the range, because for some people, even deadly weapons can be considered a toy. So, yeah, I'm not sure anyone would want to take on Santa if there were just a plain old mangy wolf. And even if you're a mangy wolf that could fly, I still don't think you could take on Santa. His powers are the stuff of legends. Don't mess with the guy. He makes even the fourth Hokage look weak, okay? That's how powerful Santa is. He might be bigger on the middle, but it's all to hide the fact that he's super powerful, like Majin Buu. But, yeah. This film just, with all that stuff, just leaves a very little impact. I mean, the action parts just aren't all that engaging for me. And the stuff that I noticed most was just how, essentially our stoat friend here, or Weasel, or whatever she's supposed to be, moos when she likes to do some of her songs, which is something weird, because you think I would be paying more attention to the fact that, at the time they're doing that scene, there's actually one of the reindeer's heads is going through an object, or at least his antlers are, repeatedly, like 6 times over the course of like a minute. His antlers pass through a solid wood beam. But I'm too distracted by, wondering why on earth this creature's dancing so sexily or essentially for reindeer. Like, why would they find her appealing in the first place, or is that for the audience? And why is it for the audience if you're aiming for a kid's film, It's stuff like that just stands out to you, So yeah, I don't think this is really something I'd want to put little kids in front of. And I don't think older kids would enjoy it that much, because when I was watching this, I'd stop and just pause it for like 5, 10, 15 minutes at a time to stop and go watch something else or do a little light reading or something, because I'm like, I need to take a break from this. Like, it's just not engaging enough. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't have scenes that work, because there's definitely scenes in there that are pretty effective, like when, Julius is talking about his family and how they were killed by wolves. He's like just making, snowmen to represent all the family members he's lost, like his Aunt Sally, his wife, his son, and talking about how he lost basically everything one winter when he went out to go get some food for his son because he was hungry. So yeah, there's stuff like that that's very effective, but a lot of the film just feels like they're moving, but it's just not very engaging. But it's not the worst CGI film I've ever seen, so I'd say it's sort of in the back end of the middle of the pack, It's not so low that it's completely awful and irredeemable, but at the same time, it's nowhere near good enough to be truly something worth watching, in my opinion. So yeah, it's a very skippable CGI film from Finland. Yeah. So yeah, I just give this one a pass. It's not worth hating on, really, but it's not worth seeking out either.
No wonder reindeer been so hard to find.
What are you on about, Specs?
They started living in trees.